guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So today, I want to go ahead and do a 200% leader skill focus on STR Cooler right here. Cooler, when he came out, was like way ahead of the pack in terms of like some of the best units in the game. Only a couple of LRs were on Cooler's level when he first released. You know Cooler was so ridiculously overpowered because I do think he's still like an option that you can run today, right? You can run Cooler in Super Battle Road stages. He can perform well. I think if you activate a lot of his links, Cooler can perform well even in the red zone. I just think that these characters, Cooler, Turles, Bojack, they need a better anchor character, I think. Like, imagine how good Ginyu is, but then imagine he had like Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, and stuff like that. I think at that point, a lot of these characters would work much better. So it's like, I don't know, if we get an LR Final Form Cooler as the Yellow Coin LR in April, for example, right? We should get one in like the second week of April. And if it's like Final Form Cooler, then like, again, Bojack, Turles, Cooler, all these guys will get a lot more powerful on this team, right? Remember that Cooler does have a transformation as well. He serves as a pretty good support type unit, you know, for specific categories in base. And then when transforming, his stats can be very impressive even today. He does guaranteed crits against Pure and Hybrid Saiyans, which is ridiculously powerful. One of Cooler's huge strengths is his incredible link set, right? Strongest clan in space, Thirst for Conquest, Big Bad Bosses, Brutal Beatdown, Metamorphosis, Universe's Most Malevolent, and Fierce Battle. Again, Ginyu, if only he had like Thirst for Conquest or Big Bad Bosses, Metamorphosis, Brutal Beatdown, Fear and Faith, you know, common villain links, this team and these 200% characters would be able to look a lot better. Because, like, we could use Cooler right here. You know, we're just in a Dokkan event. This is what I would dub a showcase setting right here. Cooler is going to be like, everyone, oh my god, he's so good. Look at the numbers. But it's like, okay, it's time to go into the red zone and actually seriously win, right? We're not able to just pound together like LR, Turles, and Cooler and a bunch of these guys and like smoothly make it through, right? It would be very difficult. So like he's at 200k defense. Dude, he's 2.5 years old, right? Like 2.5 years ago, it's like, oh my god, like, dude, he looks good, right? This is everything except for Metamorphosis activated right here. Let's go ahead and see what attack stat Cooler gets. Should be pretty good. Remember that right now, Cooler, so no matter what Cooler does, he's supporting the rotation by 50% right here. Because Cooler is, remember, he supports transformation boosts when there's one enemy, and then he supports terrifying conquerors when there's two enemies. So, you know, going up against multiple opponents here, Cooler's buffing terrifying conquerors. He's 4.26. 2.5-year-old unit supporting 200k defense. He does debuff on his super attack as well. Like, not bad. Not bad. He definitely could look a lot. He could look a lot worse right there, right? Like, he's okay. But, you know, I think it is very important to specify that I would not call Cooler one of the best units in the game at this point. No way in hell, right? Like, absolutely not. He's good. I do think he's still, like, solid. Like, you could definitely utilize him to, like, a reasonable degree, but I'm not going so crazy to jerk him off and stuff like that. Again, I think he could be a solid 5th or 6th option on the team, is what I think Cooler's role is at this point, right? Even, you know, just like normal EZA units and stuff like that are just a lot better. You know, you guys know me. I'm not a fan of these units, you know, with low defensive stats, which Cooler a lot of times is going to have. You know, low defensive stats, without, like, really, like, tech. Like, no guard, no damage reduction, no dodge, no, you know, shenanigans like that. It just, right now, you know, you need a lot better defense. 300k is not enough defense in the red zone. You know, so, Cooler is... Honestly, at this point, I mean, yeah, look at him without Turles now. So we lose what Thirst for Conquest is one of the big ones right there. He's down to 158k. That's just not really that good. Yeah, it's certainly not the craziest in terms of damage right there. It's okay. I mean, Cooler generates a lot of power from links. All right, let me do this turn. We're not going to be able to transform with Cooler into, whatchamacallit, until next turn, right? So Cooler has a really good transformation condition. he can do it on turn 3 if there's a pure Saiyan or hybrid Saiyan, which is so, dude, that's so good. Now, to be fair, most of the Red Zone and God event and a lot of difficult content nowadays doesn't have pure and hybrid Saiyans. The legendary events are certainly something that, you know, they're releasing missions all the time for those, so I think it's viable that Cooler could be good in some of those, right? Where he could, you know, get his transformation early and stack attack in his final form. But then, if there's no pure hybrid Saiyan, there has to be one enemy starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle in order to do it. So we actually do have to go ahead and finish these Ginyu bozos off. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just finish these guys off. And then we'll go ahead and check out Cooler transformed, what he's going to look like. I'm not really too satisfied with some of the numbers we've seen to this point. I mean, it's nice he's getting that Terrifying Conqueror support type buff and stuff, but maybe rather than full power freeze, I should have just brought, like, Garlic Jr. Garlic Jr. is a character that works really good because he's got Thirst for Conquest, Metamorphosis, Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle. Yeah, I really should have brought Garlic Jr. We're gonna finish this event right here, and then we're gonna go to one more Dokkan event with Garlic Jr., and then we're gonna go into the Red Zone after that. All right, so now we have Cooler linked with Cooler, which is good. So we'll have 6 out of... We have 6 out of 7 right here just with Cooler. Yeah, just with Final Form Cooler. Wow, physical Cooler's at 270? Holy shit, okay. Not bad. I mean, this is with the 50% support. But physical Cooler, how many attacks has he done up to this point? Right? Like, that's not bad. I seriously... this guy, I want this version of Cooler to get an LR really badly. And I am in favor of him being, like, top 3 unit in the game or something like that. Like on par with the 7th anniversary LRs. I'd love that. The villain teams need it so bad, right? Like if they would just get that, it would be huge, dude. Just huge for these villain teams. Full power freeze is really good, but it's like you can't do it alone. We need a couple more. Honestly, we need like a godly Cooler, and then like, you know, AGL Turles is EZA. That's what we need. And then these villain teams will start to move on track. Just hopefully, as we get major releases for villain characters, let's just hope that, you know, they do what they did with this Ginyu celebration, which is where they dropped Dokkan Fest Ginyu with 2 banner units and a free-to-play EZA that's a very competent unit, right? This physical Ginyu is a very, very good free-to-play EZA. Easily, I think, one of the best free-to-play EZAs in the game. Support, they've got orb changing, you know, they're able to buff the entire rotation from super attack effects. You know, they're doing a lot, that LR physical Ginyu. I think they can actually be quite good. Alright, so let's get one more turn from Cooler right here. We'll go ahead and pop his active skill, we'll transform. And let's see what attacks Cooler gets on this turn. Keep in mind that Cooler does stack in his final form. So, you know, we could really build him up. I think we probably will do that. I'll go ahead and let him build up for a little bit. We'll see some high numbers we can get. One more run next to, like, Garlic Jr. and stuff like that. This is a really good turn. We have all... Yeah, we do have all 7 links activated. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and transform with Cooler. Damn, that does hold up, huh? That's still... Cooler was just, in every aspect, when he dropped in 2019, he was so far ahead of his time. What a great release. Cooler, this is exactly how you drop villain characters, like this. This is the blueprint. His banner unit could have been better, the Salza and Cooler Armored Squadron, but this guy's the blueprint for how you drop villain characters. This is, we still can run him. Alright, so this is Cooler with 30% support from LR Turles and all 7 links activated. Let's see what Cooler is able to do. Remember that he does stack attack with every super attack he does. He does also do guaranteed crits against pure and hybrid Saiyan enemies. Again, very good. It's just that back when Cooler released, there was no God event, right? There was no, you know, like Red Zone. A lot of what's difficult content now didn't exist back then. A lot of the enemies we were fighting were Saiyans, right? And definitely, dude, I would not be shocked if we get like a Majin Buu Saga Red Zone or something like that, right? Where, you know, there'll probably be a lot of Saiyan enemies, and this Cooler could potentially look good. His defense wasn't the craziest here for all 7 links activated with 30% support, but, you know, he could stack up. In some of these red zone stages, you easily can get past, like, turn 10. So if, like, we had Cooler go up against some sort of, like, you know, Saiyan enemy and potentially stack up, and he's doing guaranteed crits, he could definitely do some really good damage. Alright guys, so here we have a turn 1 situation. Same, you know, of course, 200% led team. I cycled in Turles and Garlic Jr. here. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to come back after we transform with Cooler and maybe get like a couple of stacks in. But let's just sort of see Cooler build up his attack stat. And then we'll jump into the red zone and we'll sort of see how Cooler is looking in the red zone. So this should be, again, a pretty good first turn. We are going to get the massive amounts of support on this rotation for the whole... Like this is where this Cooler could shine, right? I mean, this Cooler is getting 80% support right here. 6 out of 7 links, 80% support. Like, that's the thing about STR Cooler, is, you know, he really could be a very nice complementary piece to, like, some demon... Like, imagine, again, LR Final Form Cooler, 400k defense turn 1, and he stacks or something like that, right? And then this Cooler sits next to him, activating, like, 5 out of 7 links, and boom, we're good to go, or some shit, right? Like, that would be really, really ideal. And that's a way that STR Cooler will be able to look a little bit better and age better, is if we get one of these major options, right? So that'll be good. Again, Cooler, STR Cooler, he's not the worst ever as a support with the debuffing, and his stats can be decent, but I certainly would not, Cooler's not even in the discussion for one of the best TURs in the game. Like, he's like 20th or below or something at this point. Alright guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this rotation real fast. This is turn 6. We got Garlic Jr. here, so we'll be able to get a nice amount of support. Only 194k. Did I get super attacked and debuffed? I must have, because 194k is not correct. I must have been looking away in Paragus. I think Paragus does debuff. I think he does, because that defense is not correct for Cooler right there. 194k. All right, let's just get this turn right here, and then I'll probably cut ahead for a few more turns. We'll see what Cooler does, and then again we'll take him into the red zone. See how effective Cooler can be in the red zone. What do we get right here? 2 million by Garlic Jr. Okay, Garlic Jr. still works really well. His attack sets aren't the craziest. His defensive stats are also not the craziest, but he's got a good link set, and his support is good. 5 million right there. Okay, remember that's with Garlic Jr., who's linking up very well with him and supporting. We get that, like, AGL Turles on rotation with this Cooler, and then he'll really be able to stack his attack, right? Cooler, of course, has got the potential to triple super. Yeah, there's a debuff by Paragus. We definitely had the debuff applied right there. So, all right, let's just keep going, and we'll check out Cooler after we have stacked up his attack a little bit more. All right, so here we are on turn 14. Let's go ahead and see what we're able to get from our boy here. We are going to get a Dokkan attack, but I'm gonna put Cooler in slot 1 just to make sure. 243k defense he's at. Not the craziest ever, but let's see what damage we get right here. I might do one more turn after this for Cooler, and then we'll head to, again, the red zone. So let's see what attacks that Cooler gets on this turn. Of course, you're going to debuff his defense every time. Paragus just loves super in this Cooler. 6 million on turn 14. I think I was having some pretty bad luck in terms of the additional supers. You know, he was super in every turn, but, you know, it's just, again, when it comes to a lot of the stuff in this game, I'm just the unluckiest. Cooler can look good, but it's, especially on the heels of the 7th anniversary, it's just very clear to me that he has aged. Cooler has aged, right? A lot of these villain teams sort of have aged, and at this point, we just need better characters for these villain teams. Ginyu is a really good start. Full Power Freeze is a great option, but there's, you know, so many villain teams, and we gotta buff so many teams. But honestly, a lot of the, you know, new releases have been really kick-ass. It's not like the old days where they would drop a unit and they're like, okay. It seems like now, like, they drop these Dokkan Fests and it's like, oh my god. Like, when was the last sort of, like, middling Dokkan Fest? Like, I guess you could maybe say a little bit like Kale and Khalifa, sorta, but, like, they're really good in the red zone, man. Like, they can help out a lot. I mean, Kid Gohan does very little damage, but he's very good as well. It's like all of 2021, the major Dokkan Fest releases were very good. So I'm expecting the same thing to happen here in 2022. Okay. So see what Cooler gets right here. We'll have 6 out of 7 links, and then we'll, of course, also have the support from Garlic Jr. Damn, Physical Cooler up to 400k. So Physical Cooler potentially could perform well against Omega Shenron. I think 400k defense with type advantage. I think Physical Cooler built up would be at the brink of taking double-digit damage from Omega Shenron's normal attacks, which is, you know, that's really all you need, because you always know where Omega's super attack is going to be. You always supers in the same spot. So that's pretty good by Physical Cooler. Alright, now there's not really a great red zone stage. I just want to do one of the 6 most difficult ones, right, is what I'm liking to do right now. So, Super 17, Shadow Dragons, or Omega, and then Bojack, Janemba, or Broly. I feel like for STR units, the Shadow Dragons is where we're gonna try and jump into. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and hop into the Shadow Dragon stage with this setup. I think we could look good with Cooliza. I think Cooliza potentially could be a very good option here to rock with Cooler. Cooliza will be able to support Cooler as well as stack defense, so it definitely could work. Alright, I'm gonna use the 530,000 support memory. This is gonna give all of our Ginyu Force members buffs, right? So we'll be able to sort of make our way through the event easier. But this isn't gonna affect Cooler's stats, who is the showcase unit here. Honestly, I don't typically like to do this on showcases, but I'm gonna float Cooler off on this turn, and then I'm gonna cut to turn 4. This is what I'm gonna do right here. Because this is just a very poor rotation for Cooler, and there's just no reason, I feel, for us to risk Cooler right here on this turn. Can he? Yeah, the Shadow Dragon can't even be debuffed right here. What is Cooler's defense? 147k. We just ended up with bad support. See, this is the one issue with this team. With Captain Ginyu's links, right? You know, we really need to run the Ginyu Force members with Captain Ginyu to get us through these red zone stages. But then these Ginyu Force members don't work well with Cooler or Bojack Turles, right? Like, that's... This right here, a lot of these videos do highlight more of a concern I have with Ginyu rather than Cooler and Turles and Freeze and a lot of these guys, right? I think it's more so an L for Ginyu rather than the other units that Ginyu doesn't have these good villain links, right? Because, again, we're not going to get a lot of future units that are going to link good with Ginyu, but there's going to be a parade of units released in the future who are going to have good links with Cooler. So, alright, let's get the super attack in from Cooler, and then we're going to skip ahead until turn 4. I'm going to have Cooliza slot 1, Cooler in slot 2, and I think that's going to work really well. I mean, well, we might struggle against Oceanus Shenron. When I did the 200% LR Turles video, Oceanus cooked my asshole, so let's hope that doesn't happen again here. Alright, so here we are. We can... Damn, I mean, I potentially could rock Golden Frieza here on the first rotation. See, this works well. We got, like, look how many links we have active, right? We got 5 out of 7. Beautiful. The problem is the major one, Big Bad Boss, is not activated here. I mean, wait. Is Cooliza on Transformation Boost? They are, right? Yes, Transformation Boost right here. Okay, perfect. So Cooler is, at the very least, buffing Cooliza with support, which will help out a lot. Remember that Cooliza does stack. Cooliza's going to get stronger as the event goes on, but 142k right there is not great. He gets a lot of his defense when he supers, not even just his defensive stacks. I think Cooliza can work in here. That's good. That's good. That we can get these supers in right here. Yep, we're building up. Nice. Can we get one more by Cooliza? Damn, okay. All right, what does Cooler do for us? 3.34. Yeah, there's just no reason to run Cooler in here. You know, Cooler can be okay. I feel like, you know, I did the 200% video on Full Power Freeze, and I'm like, yeah, dude, Full Power Freeze is fucking nasty, right? Did the video on LR Turles, and it's like, yup, LR Turles has got a lot of issues, but with a great partner, LR Turles is going to be crazy. And I'm doing the video on... I'm doing the video on Cooler, and my opinion of him is dropping throughout this video. Like, I feel like worse about Cooler. It's just like, there's just, again, no reason to drop him. 7 million by Ginyu, huh? It's pretty good. Super effective against all types, by the way. Okay, Ginyu. Toku Sentai! Goodbye, man. Yeah, Ginyu is nasty. Let's put it to you like that. Remember that the Ginyu Force members are getting that extra Extreme Class Planet Namek Saga buff to help them look better. Alright, this is really bad. This is what gave me issues when I was doing the Turles video. Damn, I really should transform with Cooler. We're gonna transform. Cooliza will be a little bit weaker, but I feel like we kind of have to do this. Should I use an item right here? I'm not gonna use an item right here. I don't think we are gonna be able to be one-shotted. God damn it, dude. Like, Cooler... See, again, this is the Ginyu problem. If he had big... Like, okay, the thing with, like, you know, doing this, like, I basically wanted to have a video where Cooler is on rotation. We get hurt, because it's like, imagine if this leader, instead of Ginyu, was Bojack, Turles, Cooler, Frieza, like, any of these characters that would have big bad bosses, potentially Metamorphosis, you know, some of these links. You know, Cooler would be looking a lot better. Like, he's under 200k defense. That's not good enough. Remember, he's getting supported by Cooliza does support. Wicked Bloodline, by the way. That's another reason I wanted to use Cooliza. It's because he's going to support. But, like, dude, it's just not... Cooler's just not good enough, I feel like. Dude, please don't super, please don't super, please don't super. Oh, we're okay. We're okay. I think we should be okay. We should. This Oceanus phase gives me trouble with these STR characters. When I do the Bojack 200% lead, I guess I just can't come into here. Because this Oceanus gives so much trouble. Maybe I'll go against Super 17. There's no AGL phases, because Super 17, what is it? I think it's int and physical in phase 1, and then he's STR for phase 2. Ginyu could eat a super attack, I'm pretty certain. 90k? Oh. Yeah, Ginyu we're not going to die. Well, actually, I'm going to play the active skill for Ginyu. We're actually going to transform into Ginyu Goku. Okay. Okay. I'm cool with this. We're going to get the Ginyu Goku transformation and active skill. Diavolo. We should survive here. I would be surprised if we die to this. Ginyu's gotten some super attacks in. Yep, we're fine. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and heal up. Oh, damn, Golden Freeze is not going to be looking good here. That's okay, though. Alright, cool. So Ginyu gives us a nice little heal. I'm gonna use Senzu on the next turn as well. Just to ensure that we don't have any issues. Okay, so we're gonna be able to keep going. Hopefully we could build up with Cooler and get some good damage in, but god damn, dude. It's just rough right now. I do like Ginyu's Terrifying Conqueror team, but running these like Turles, Frieza, Bojack, Cooler options, it's wonky, it's finicky because Ginyu doesn't work well with them, and Ginyu's like the best unit on the team. The only time there's a character better on the team than Ginyu is if you're running full power Frieza, I think. I think full power Frieza is probably the only villain better than Ginyu. Right? I'd probably have to say so. STR Kid Buu is up there too, but he's not on the team. But STR Kid Buu is one of the best villains in the game as well. Oh, the androids are also on that. They're definitely up there as well, but they're also not in the team. Oh my god. Oh, we lived. We did it. We did it. All right, we can heal up to full. Oh my god, this is terrifying. Okay, so we have a ridiculous, obscene amount of support right here. I'm gonna do this. You know what? Cooliza is not gonna work against Oceanus here. We'll put Berter and Jace in slot 1. Cooler is getting 60% support on this rotation. Berter and Jace are giving 30% to Space Traveling Warriors, and then Cooliza is giving 30% to Wicked Bloodline. So this is a turn of support right here. Let's see how we... No, the cord! Oh my god, the cord. All right, connect. Oh no, it's gonna... No, I'm gonna have to... all right, I'm gonna have to cut because it's gonna... My PS5 is on, so it's gonna switch over to Elden Ring, I think, in a second. No, it didn't. Okay, good. Okay, never mind. We're fine. We're good, man. We're so fun. All right, we'll do a little damage. Don't mind me doing a little damage to Oceanus. That's all we're doing here. Let's see Cooler build up. Hopefully we don't eat a super attack on STR Cooler and we'll be fine. Yeah, dude, 4.83? There is one... No, well, there's, two Saiyan fights? Dude, Turles is easy. Who cares how Cooler does against a Turles fight? And Broly, no. I'm not using Cooler against Broly. AGL Broly will do 300k per normal to this Cooler or some shit. I don't know. He could double super. It'll be impossible to avoid Broly. Like, it's not impossible, but it's going to be improbable avoiding Broly, right? I just don't even want to participate in the nonsense. Okay, I mean, we're doing okay. We're, like, you know, looks like we're going to make it to this next turn. Who is next? It's Rage Shenron? Or, no, it's Naturon Shenron or whatever. It's the one, the mole one. Whoop. The mole Shenron. Alright, let's go ahead and see. Goku Ginyu is powered up. He's gotten a lot of attacks in, so he would have powered up nicely by now. Okay. Oh, this is good. Oh, perfect, 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 perfect. Watch this. So we can avoid a super attack with you. Cooler is now getting the Dokkan attack. Perfect. We're getting support. We got a lot of links active. Unfortunately, Golden Frieza doesn't have big bad bosses. You know, that's the one issue with Tech, Int, and AGL Golden Friezas, is their lack of big bad bosses. Hopefully, eventually, we're getting Resurrection F Golden Frieza, who would, again, be another character who would be outstanding for these teams. Hopefully, when we get Resurrection F Golden Frieza, like an LR or something like that, he does have big bad bosses. But I don't think any of the Resurrection F Golden Frieza cards have big bad bosses. It might be... They might have released, I think, before Big Bad Bosses was even a thing, potentially. No, because I'd have to double check if Big Bad Bosses was around when the Golden Freezes were dropping. But I know a lot of those well, the Tech one, yeah, but like, I'm talking about the super early ones. Is that on Cooler? Well, okay. I mean, that's what happens when you try and be cute and bring, like, STR Cooler into the red zone. In slot 1, we were good. Slot 3, we were good. Slot 2, where Cooler was death, and that's where the enemy chose to super attack. So there you go. There's STR Cooler on a 200% lead. I feel much more negatively about him after the video. He was very, very good in the past, but his time has passed us by. I still think he could potentially be a 5th or 6th option on the team. But there are, you know, units that are going to work much better with the Ginyu Force units who shit on Cooler, right? So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.